Hey everyone, welcome back to Blakesley Acres. I'm Joe.
I'm Danae.
Today we're going to bring you guys along while we make some homemade yogurt out of our raw milk and some homemade vanilla ice cream. The ice cream we're doing for the first time with our raw milk. We're using the, the Ninja?
It's the Ninja Creami.
Yeah, we're going to try using that. We bought it a few months ago. We've used it a couple times, but not enough, and we eat a ton of ice cream, so figure we try it out. So I'm going to start with the yogurt because I got to heat the milk up. I'm going to use a half gallon of raw milk, and we're using the Instapot for that. It's super easy and convenient. The Instapot has yogurt setting on ours, so you want to hit that until it goes to boil, and we're going to be putting the half gallon of milk right in there, and we're going to be heating that up, and we got to continue to stir that as it heats up, but we're going to be taking it up to 180 degrees. It takes a little while, so we wanted to get that going first.
And just a side note, my cute little cover that's on my Instapot, you can get those on Etsy. They're like $20. They're not necessary, but I think it's very cute and I like it a lot. Anyways, so we are going to do a vanilla ice cream. This little recipe book came with our Ninja Creami. Like we said, we've tried this before, but we just haven't tried it with our raw milk. I think it'll be better. I think everything's better with our raw milk. But we're going to triple the recipe because we have 3 of the little dishes that come with the Creami, which are these. So once we get everything mixed up, we'll put it in here and we'll freeze it and we'll eat it tomorrow night. But for now, we're going to start with the cream cheese. We have 3 tablespoons because we doubled the recipe, or 1.5 ounces, and we just need to heat this up for 10 seconds and we'll be right back.
So after that heats up, it's telling us we add sugar and our vanilla extract, which is a homemade vanilla extract from Danae's cousin. He usually makes us some every year. It is great stuff. I'm very thankful for that.
You hoard it.
Yes, I hoard it from her so I can use it in recipes like this.
I literally found some in his dresser this year.
You gotta do what you gotta do when times are rough.
Stingy.
What does that call for?
3
3
teaspoons.
3 teaspoons?
It's supposed to be 1 teaspoon, but like we said, we're tripling the recipe.
Right there. You want the cream? Sugar?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to add it a little at a time. Things seem to typically go together better when you take it slow.
The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of heavy cream per batch. We reduced that back a little bit because our milk has the cream on it. It's called creamline milk. We do skim the cream off some of our jars for different recipes like this. We didn't have extra this time to do that, so we are using store-bought cream, but we usually try to keep the cream. We do make homemade butter also. We'll try to get a video of that soon. Yeah, we're trying to get more into doing our own stuff because we use a lot of cream, a lot of milk products, cheeses we use a ton of, and so we're going to start trying to do more of that stuff to become more self-sufficient in that aspect. We do spend a lot of time milking the cow, so we might as well use what we can get out of her.
Take what we can get out of it.
Add a little bit more.
Yeah. That's good. So we're supposed to do this till it's like a frosting consistency. Because I added stuff slowly, I think I'll mix it for a little bit longer, but I think I'm just going to get a creamier result doing it that way. Sometimes sugar kind of clumps together and you don't really want that. The last thing you want to be is eating ice cream and chunking on sugar.
Now I'm measuring out some of the whole milk. It's calling for 1 cup per thing, so we're going to be adding 3 cups of milk. This milk is fresh from this morning that I got.
So I don't know if you just want to see. It's nice and thick, creamy. It'll be yummy.
Thinking about it now, we have a KitchenAid mixer that we probably could be using for this.
We do.
We use that for making butter. It makes life so much easier churning butter. When I was younger and I first started raising animals, when I was mid-teens, later teens, I tried making butter by hand. It was a lot of work and I didn't have a lot of patience for it.
Oops. Now,
Dropping you guys.
as far as making butter in the KitchenAid, I also like to use the KitchenAid for making whipped cream. I love my KitchenAid. I get a ton of use out of it. I just don't like pulling it out all of the time because it's like pulling out a tank. And we don't really have a whole lot of counter space to leave it set out on. But we do use it, and I got it secondhand, what, years ago? Probably like 3... I don't think Gage was born yet.
No.
Yeah, so probably about 5, 6 years ago I got that. And I bought it for $50 on a Facebook yard sale site. And it's an older style one. It was somebody's grandmother's, but it works great. I have never had an issue with it. I'd say it was a good $50 spent. Okay, so it just says combine this until the sugar is dissolved. I'm quite sure that the sugar is all dissolved by this point. So now we are going to just pour this into our containers. And I have these super handy little Pioneer Woman dishes with the spout on them. If you look here, there is a line where it says max fill. That's where you want to fill it to. And when you freeze these, you want to make sure they're sitting on a flat surface so they're freezing easily or evenly. I am assuming that something will like hurt your Ninja if it's not, because what happens is the blades come down and they spin down into it. I'm assuming it'll break something. I don't know.
It'll probably vibrate a lot before it'll break anything.
Vibrating before breaking.
Hopefully your measurements are right.
Nope, we're going to be short.
Oh man, probably because these are over full.
They're not over full.
A little bit.
A little bit. It's fine.
That's fine. But they also make the lids on these so they can stack together and not fall, which makes it super convenient if you, like us, and we don't have a ton of room in our freezer with all the stuff that we have in there. So that makes it super convenient. So these will sit until tomorrow afternoon, and we'll get clips of that and add them to the video of us mixing this up and trying it out.
No, you can. I mean, we have some frozen fruit in there that we could throw in this to spice it up, flavor it a little bit. There's different recipes in that. We thought for this video we just do vanilla. We'll probably play around more with that in the future with flavors and stuff.
Yep.
There's a maple gelato that he found in there that I think I definitely want to try.
Yep, we'll be using raw maple syrup for that. Good friend of mine boils, and we usually get some from him every year. Me and my daughter did it one year. We might do it again, but usually we're super busy, so may or may not happen. I'm not making no promises, but we definitely get real maple syrup. We don't buy the store-bought stuff. So we'll be using that in the maple ice cream. And we might add some raw honey in there too. Try it out. Different recipes we'll play around with. We use a ton of raw honey, so I do want to get back into the bees.
We do.
Me, myself, I can go through one of these half-gallon jars in, I don't know, what, 3 weeks, maybe a month, maybe less. Depends on how much I use it.
But now we have the kids in on it too. They like to drink honey milk. The kids were drinking a lot of chocolate milk, and I just didn't think it was the best for them. So, I don't know, you always hear the expression milk and honey, and so I'm like, okay, there's got to be something to that. So one day I decided, instead of making our daughter chocolate milk, I made her honey milk out of raw goat's milk and raw honey, and she loved it. So they drink honey milk.
So right now, as I heat the milk up for the yogurt, it does take a little bit of time. So I'll bring you guys back when I get that up to temperature and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, now I got the milk up to 180 degrees. I pulled it out of the Instapot, and I gotta let it sit and cool back down to 110 before I add the Greek yogurt that I'm using as a starter. This is one of our favorite brands. We get it at Walmart, right?
Yep.
It's usually where we get a couple local grocery stores. You have to use a plain yogurt as a starter. You don't want a flavored one. We're going to try this one. The last batch I did, we tried a different brand. It turned out pretty good. We didn't really care for the brand of yogurt it was, but after I added some honey and some fruit to it, you couldn't tell the difference. So I'm excited to see what this brand, how it turns out. And then after that, we're hoping to keep steady flow of it, so we'll use our own homemade yogurt as a starter, so we don't have to use store-bought stuff again. Okay, everybody, I got the temperature down to 110. Actually, it's a little bit under 110. It's fine. So now you take and put, they say 1 tablespoon is fine, but I do like 2 or 3 depending on the mixture. I'm going to do 2 today with this one. Try it out. And then you're going to stir that in really good and incorporate it in your milk. You want it all broke down so it's even throughout it. And then after I get this all stirred in, this is going to go back in the Instapot. You press the yogurt setting again, and you want to push that until it goes to the low setting, and then set your time for it's personal preference on the taste. Last time I did it for 8 hours and it worked out pretty good. So this will be done
6 a.m.
about 6 a.m. Which is about the time I get up anyway, so I'll get up and show you guys the next steps after that. I already set out my bowl and strainer because I'm doing Greek yogurt. I use a piece of cheesecloth and I put it in the strainer, and when I get out here in the morning, I'll pull the yogurt out of the pot here and I'll put it in there and I'll let it set while we're at work tomorrow. And when we get home, the whey will be separated out from the yogurt the rest of the way, and it makes a real thick, heavy yogurt, Greek yogurt, like this cat, like you can see how thick that is. It's not even coming off the spoon barely. So that's how we like it. So that's what I'm aiming for when I do this. You don't have to strain it if you want a thinner yogurt. We just prefer it really thick like that. So that's how we're doing it. And if you want a medium consistency, you just don't strain it out as long. Okay, everyone, it's the next morning. The yogurt's done setting up. We're gonna scoop it out of here. We're not gonna mix it up. We're gonna scoop it out of here and put it into this cheesecloth and strainer. That's what it looks like right now. It's a little runny, but we're gonna separate the whey out by doing this during the day. You can let the yogurt set in culture in the Instapot for longer. You can go up for 24 hours. It's just the longer you go, the more tart it gets, I guess. And I don't like that. I like the sweeter yogurt. Okay. So now it's in the cheesecloth. We're just going to let it sit like that while we're at work today. And when I get home later, after I get chores and stuff done, I'll check on this. You're going to set this in the fridge so it cools down and the whey can settle out of it. Okay, everybody, now it's after work, the second day of the yogurt. I've let it strain all day. You can see how thick this is. I mean, that's a consistency that we want. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to take a couple decent spoonfuls and put them in this little container here so I can save it for a starter culture. For the next batch, we want to start using our own culture. And then we're going to put the rest in this clean container, and then we'll mix the stuff, our ingredients in it, the flavoring that we want per dish, because everybody will probably want something a little different. Here, goof. I don't care for plain yogurt myself. I do like flavoring in it. The last batch I did, I used honey and some of that homemade vanilla extract in it. And that turned out really good. And I also have some frozen currants. I found a patch of currants right behind our house here on this new property. I'd never seen them or tried them before. And I seen the berries out there and got researching, and it came down to gooseberries or currants, and I decided that they're currants. And so they take forever to pick. They're super small berries that any of you don't know what they are. But I picked a gallon freezer bag full of them. We ate some fresh. The kids loved them, even though they're a little tart. But I froze them, and I put a little handful inside the yogurt when I'm eating it, and it turns out really great. So yeah, that's how much we got out of a half gallon, and we lost a little bit from taking the whey out, and there's a little bit smashed into the cheesecloth, but that's not bad. That'll get us close to pretty much a week of yogurt for us. So if we start doing this consistently, once a week on the weekends we make a batch of yogurt, or if we know we're going to be busy, we can do a double batch, and this will last in the fridge a couple weeks at least, I'd assume. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but I can let you guys know, give you an update on how the yogurt goes over time as we do it. But yeah, we eat a ton of yogurt and a ton of ice cream, so by doing this we're going to save a lot of money. I'm the guilty one with the ice cream. I usually eat a bowl of ice cream almost every night. But by doing our own homemade ice cream, we can do it and make it a little bit healthier for us too, which is a goal of mine to eat. Most of the stuff that we try to eat at home, at least, is all homegrown. Don't get me wrong, we go to the grocery store and we get different ingredients and stuff that we can't raise here on our property. We have the Amish community that I do a lot of my purchasing with. They have a dry goods bulk store, which is super convenient. We get a lot of our flours and sugars, and I get a lot of my spices and stuff for making sausages directly from them. Their prices aren't too bad, and it's convenient to be able to go, you know, a few minutes down the road and be able to pick up our seasonings and all that. They have just about anything you could think of in there. They have candies, and oh man, they got coconut oil, anything you could think of that's shelf stable they have in there. They do have a small refrigeration section that they run off like an ice unit. They keep like butters and different stuff in there. I don't usually get that stuff because we do make our own, but it's very nice to have that local. We don't have to go to like a Costco or any big bulk store like that. And I'd personally much rather deal with them and give them my money to buy those goods. I haven't been to a BJ's or Costco or anything like that in a long time, so I don't know how their prices compare. Usually I'm already over there buying feed and hay or whatever I need, lumber, steel roofing. There's a chainsaw shop over there, so it just, the convenience of it being right there, and I'm sure there's some kind of savings that I get from dealing with them. We have greenhouses and everything too, that when we do plant gardens and do flower beds and stuff like that, we deal with them too. So it's like having our own little goods store right in the back. Yeah, so I'll bring you guys back when we get to do the ice cream. Danae's at her second job tonight, so I'm not sure if we're going to get to it tonight or if we're going to do it tomorrow night, but I know that she looks forward to that too, so I'm going to wait for her to do the ice cream. Hey everybody, it's been a couple days since we did the ice cream, so now we're going to put it in that Ninja Creami and see how it turns out.
This is what it looks like. It's all frozen. So we put it in this. This comes with the Creami. It has these little like divots down here. Just make sure they're set in there. You have the lid. And you can hear it, it locks. And then to open it, there's a little button. So once it's locked, we're going to take it over to the Creami here. So we have to turn it to lock it. And then it gets real loud. So we'll turn it on. And we'll hit the ice cream button. Here we go. So it's done. This thing up here kind of told you when it was done or not. And then there's a button over here. You push. And there's my favorite part. And it kind of spins like that down. So now and we have ice cream. Very, very good ice cream.
Yeah,
it's
this one will
really
be for
good
me
ice
today.
cream.
I'll eat this whole thing.
You will eat that whole thing.
Yeah, it turned out excellent.
It's really good.
You get to do it since I get to do it all the time.
I get to do it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. And he said something about notifications. You can sign up for notifications.
Yeah, you ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos, and comment and share. We appreciate it, and catch you guys on the next one.
Bye guys.